here we go, Naomi. Turn a little more profile. Naomi, hold your left hand onto the tree a little.
Watching Naomi Campbell frolic in the Caribbean is like watching something too striking to be real.
1, 2, 3, now.
Like a sexy goddess of the sea. This is exclusive videotape of the mega model like you've never seen before.
Turn a little more to me and smile there a little bit.
Landing the interview with Naomi Campbell was a complete fluke. Of course, she is one of the most incredible models in history, in the history of fashion. So I was at Vogue magazine one day interviewing the great fashion editor, Grace Coddington. And when we wrapped the interview, I'm following Grace back to her office. And I just threw out, "Hey Grace, I'd love to go on a shoot with you sometime." And she didn't skip a beat and said, "Well, I'm shooting Naomi Campbell next week. You want to come?" And I actually froze. You see photographs of models and they make it look easy. They look gorgeous, wearing beautiful clothes. And in our head, we just imagine that they stand in front of the camera and the photographer snaps the picture and that's it. But there's a lot of work that goes into it. What I witnessed those 3 days is how dedicated she is to her work.
We joined Vogue in Jamaica as the supermodel was photographed in these eye-popping bikinis.
We have to go have lunch because the hairdresser's having a swim.
There, that's beautiful. Wait.
World-famous photographer Herb Ritts was part of a superstar team that created a magical layout.
It's interesting how everything comes together and everyone collaborates to make the picture happen, which is great.
The theme, Naomi all alone on an island, looking sensational.
She's got it all. She's like, probably they're all going to kill me, but she's the best model I've ever worked with, ever.
They're going to kill you.
Naomi will push it to the limit for just the right shot. And here's something you may not know about her. She can't swim.
You have no idea how excited I was. I was excited. I was nervous. I didn't want to be in the way. But of course, always at the beginning of everything is I've got to get the story for Inside Edition. Watching Naomi work is incredible. The way she handles her body. She knows exactly what to do in front of the camera.
It's all in a day's work for the woman who at 25 has been in front of the camera for more than a decade.
I didn't think of being a model. I really wanted to be a dancer, and that's what I trained for. And I guess that's what the opportunity came to me, so I accepted it and I tried it and it worked.
And boy, did it ever work. She has incredible fame. And what does she say to autograph seekers?
I sometimes say, you don't want it. Or, you know, it's like they say, you Naomi on the street, and sometimes I say no.
Smile. You look beautiful there.
During this shoot, we found Naomi professional and charming, but she has a reputation for being difficult.
I think that most women that we admire, Madonna, Janet Jackson, Sharon Stone, Barbara Streisand, whoever, Oprah, I think when a woman stands for her ground and wants to fight for something and do it and be right at it and try and get it as 100% right or perfect as much as you can, a woman gets called a for that. And when a guy does it, it's a hard-working guy. You know, I don't care if I'm called a or not. I'm trying to fight for my integrity and to do things right and to do it with my belief, and that's what's important to me.
When people talk about her and talk about her reputation, I'm always happy to be able to say that I was there. I watched her work, and I watched that she wasn't difficult, that she was cooperative. A lot of what you hear, I just didn't see. And I was there for 3 days. But I had to ask her about her reputation. There was no way that I could be with Naomi Campbell and not ask her, particularly at that time, about her reputation. And what she said to me is really important, and that is that the playing field is not level for men and women. And so she was way ahead of a lot of the things that we talk about now.
Globetrotter is a term this beauty is all too familiar with, so she cherishes her downtime.
I like to stay home, watch videos, or go to movies, have dinner.
Bikinis were made for a body like this, but you can't call Naomi a health nut. She eats what she wants.
I don't go to the gym, I box. I have a good jab. I have a good jab.
Since the shoot we did at Inside Edition, the behind the scenes shoot, things have really progressed in terms of black women in magazines, on magazine covers. Back then, it was rare. She understands her place in fashion. She understands that she's a trailblazer. She understands that there are a lot of young black models behind her who she wants them to have more than she had. So she doesn't mind speaking up. What she cares about is that black models have an equal opportunity, that they have an opportunity to be in shows, to be on covers, to be in layouts, to have cosmetic contracts, to have fashion commercial contracts. That matters to her.